Welcome to the Setbreaker podcast, and today we got a special guest. We got Nekomiiya.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, she's not Arabic. I just added a ha. What's up? Yeah, so you're super. So Nekomiiya is your OnlyFans girl.
Yes.
Super anime weeb lady.
Yes.
And you. So like, when did you start OnlyFans?
So I started OnlyFans in 2019.
During the pandemic.
A little bit before the pandemic, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Did like, what made you do that? Was it like you were like, you know what? I just want to like, I just got to show the queef needs to be heard. A forever queef for the weebs.
Oh my God. So I actually started my OnlyFans because I would sell sexy cosplay photo sets on Patreon. But I was not making a profit on Patreon. I was losing so much money. Then one of my friends told me about OnlyFans and I was like, let's go. Yeah. So I started out only selling like sexy cosplay photo sets. Yeah. And then like a year and a half later is when I started making videos and stuff.
Videos later. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm a very observant person, right? You are wearing falsies, eyelashes, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, they're very long. Are they rubbing against the black of your glasses?
They're not actually.
Wow. Oh, because they curl up. Okay,
yeah.
I thought they were hitting. Because I had pink eye one time because I let a puppy dog lick my eye after it licked its dad's dick after the dad dog peed. And then I was on the floor and I let it lick me because it was so cute. And I was like, it's a bad idea, but I let it do it. And then the next day my eye blew up. And then it was swollen and it was pressing against the back of my glasses.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and every time I blinked, it just...
That sounds comically painful.
Oh, yeah. I took photos of it. It was great. Yeah. It sucked, dude.
The only time I've gotten pink eye is when I had cum in my eye. That's that's a pretty common occurrence, actually.
Is that a normal thing?
That's actually a pretty common occurrence, yeah. But it's my own fault because I should know better and I should keep my eyes closed. But, guys like to see like the eyes, so yeah.
Do girls like that? Do you like that, like looking up, or do you do it for the guy? It's more for the guy, isn't it?
Honestly, it's definitely for the guy. Yeah, for sure. I would have to say I definitely don't do it for myself.
Yeah, because that'd be kind of psychotic. Like if there's like wind blowing with dirt and you open your eyes, like come on,
yeah.
Like fuck me up, daddy. Like
and some of these guys have terrible aim. Like when you're shooting videos, they're like, okay, aim for the forehead or like aim like below the eyes, but they don't care. They're just like. Dude,
if you tell a guy, please don't hit my eyes,
they're gonna
go for the eyes.
Yeah.
You know what you should do? You should reverse psychology them and say, try to hit my eyes. And they'll hit your forehead or the bottom of your face.
There are girls who enjoy having cum in their eyes, though. They like enjoy being in pain like that. So if you actually ask a guy to do that, he will definitely do. There's no winning. It's inevitable.
I mean, if a girl wanted it like in her eyes that bad, I would just step like two steps forward, so I'm like 3 inches from her eyeballs, and God. And it's like, can you see, bitch? Like, no, I love being blind.
No, some girls are really into that. No, some girls are really into that, and that's what their entire like niche is, being like in pain.
Wow,
I'm so serious. Yeah.
Like, what's like the highest level pain of somebody personally?
There are girls who straight up like getting beat. I'm not even gonna I'm like not even gonna like sugarcoat it. There are some girls who are just really into being beat, like punched, slapped, kicked, like it's crazy.
Like how hard kick?
Like really hard, like actually beat the fuck up. I'm not kidding.
Like kick her in the ribs and she goes,
yeah.
Like
I mean, some girls are different.
Yeah.
Like some girls definitely prefer to just be like punched really hard in the face.
In the face?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm so serious. There's this one girl that I know. She's a content creator and her entire thing is like, she does a lot of weird fetish stuff. But one of the things that she does is like, she gets hit a lot, like really rough videos.
Does she get bruises?
Yeah. And she loves it. She loves it. She lives for it.
So she gets a bruise and then like the next day she touches it. She's like, oh yeah, good memories. She does that type of shit. It's like a scrapbook, like a temporary scrapbook of pain.
Yeah, it's like a body scrapbook.
That's fucked up, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Do you keep him a secret? Or
not
does it matter
really.
if he's known?
I don't really keep him a secret.
Because I have some OnlyFans friends that like keep the guy's secret for
He's like a half secret, but it's weird.
What's a half
he's
secret?
He's like a half
dude?
secret. Okay, so recently I have a friend named Kazumi, and she did a YouTube video.
Kazumi, who's been on No Jumper.
Yeah.
She's super cool. Yeah. She was on this podcast.
She did a YouTube video, and she actually did a YouTube video with my boyfriend. And so I can't like the video went in a really weird direction. So I can't really say that he's my boyfriend, but people know that I have a boyfriend. You know what I mean? So he's like a half secret. They know he exists, but they don't know who he is.
So should this not be on there at all? Is this
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it'll still be half secret because people don't really they like care, but they don't care.
Yeah, there are so many guys that have been in her YouTube videos. Good luck figuring out which one it is.
Yeah, because they forget. Wow, he's like, oh, he's in the background. They zoom in. Oh, it's him. We know him. We know him. Okay, so how long have you been in a relationship?
3 years. It's going to be 4 in February.
Okay. Now he's definitely not a secret.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody knows who the fuck he is now. Should we just give your first and last name now?
We're going to dox you.
Dox you, yeah. No, so you've been with your boyfriend for like Okay. God, you're being so 18. Stop. I'm like pissed off that Matt is half Korean. That's fucking. You know what that was? That's your half Chinese side. This is disrespect. God damn. Anyways, so you've been together 3 years, and that means you've been together around the same time you did OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Before or after?
Before, actually. So we started talking before I had any idea of, doing OnlyFans or going that route.
Yeah.
I got invited by a photographer to do a photo shoot, and it went really well. It was like a lewd photo shoot. And I was like, you know what? I could start selling these. My boyfriend has been with me throughout the entire process of like my OnlyFans and like adult industry journey.
Wow. Okay. And so in your OnlyFans, do you do like, I never check anybody's OnlyFans, even like friends I'm with. I don't really want to, I don't care. But like your stuff, is it solo and with other people or like
it's everything.
It's everything?
So when I first started, I was plainly a solo creator. And as I started, as I started like getting more numbers, getting more of an audience, I was like, okay, people want to see me work with other people. Mm-hmm. So I started working with other women first, but now I do work with other men too.
Okay. And what is it like working with other men when you have a boyfriend? Is it just like, it's business, that's just what it is, and you can separate it?
Yeah. Honestly, for me, it's like, it's kind of like going to an office job and your male coworker is like sitting next to you and you're working on something together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, there's no personal feelings involved. This is just business. Like you're literally just a stunt dick.
It makes sense because I used to have sex with girls because I'm like, I need practice, when I was a virgin. And it sounds fucked up, but like a lot of people do that.
I don't think that's fucked up at all.
Yeah, because I need practice and then, they get theirs and I'm just like, I gotta prepare for the future.
Yeah. I think that's totally valid.
Yeah, because there was no connection with that. And, honestly, for me now, after, all my fucking 33 years of my life and fucking and sucking and fucking dating and shit is sucking. It makes it sound like, what is he sucking? No, I mean nipples, guys, nipples. But like, what I've learned is there's, what's more intimate than the actual sex part is the cuddling and then the talking and the hand holding. I can't hold the hands. I could fuck the girl, but if I don't have a connection, I can't hold her hand, which is the crazy. Because if you think about it, it's like logically you would think it's the other way, but it's kind of not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. There are definitely some things that happen in like my personal sex life that would never happen on camera sex because I'm like, I just don't feel attracted to you that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also believe that like, truthfully, I don't think you need to have a connection with somebody in order to have sex with them. Because I have,
facts, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
No, dude, fucking every girl.
Yeah.
No connection.
Dude,
no connection.
So
most no connection.
Actually, my boyfriend did something really sweet for me this past Valentine's Day.
He's a sweet guy.
Yeah, he took me to my first gangbang.
Dude, he's like, he like, when I saw his face, I was like, oh, he's got a cute little baby face. And then he's just so happy, just so like, I could tell that you're not bothered by this shit at all, huh? Like you're so easygoing, you understand.
I have my fun too.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah.
You motherfucker, that's why.
So we're swingers in our personal life as well.
See, so it's not traditional, like conservative, like, oh, we just got to just stick to one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't start out that way though. It's been a long process to get to where we are right now.
Was it a tough process?
Definitely a weird process. You know what I mean? Because when I first started dating him, I'm the one who initiated the relationship and asked him out. I was like, I want a monogamous relationship. But that was when I was like 18. And as I grew older, I realized I want to fuck more women. Like, I have a huge gangbang fetish. Like, I love, fucking dudes. I don't think, like, truthfully, I'm like,
I just love getting railed.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe monogamous lifestyle isn't for me. So we had that conversation, and at first it was, it's hard to change. Break out from the boundaries. But we talked a lot, communicated a lot, read some things, talked to friends. Yeah, all worked out.
And now we're
just fucking and sucking, like
fucking
whoever.
And sucking.
Yeah.
And then after you leave, you guys hold hands like they don't got this, baby.
Yeah, exactly. No, literally
These hands are ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though it's been in some pussy and asshole, but these fingertips interlock just for you and me.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking about that today, like the hand thing for myself. I mean, not you guys. I just met him. But like for myself, I was like, dude, the hand holding thing is so intimate. It's weird, dude. It's a strange thing to think about lately.
For me, it's definitely cuddling. I'm like, I can cuddle with my girlfriends, but I don't think I could ever cuddle with another guy.
Yeah, because it's kind of like you feel. That's like you being the most vulnerable, and you feel safety in a sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels a lot more intimate. So I'm like, cuddling, I can do it with my girlfriends, but if another guy tries to cuddle me after sex, I'm going to be like, bye. Truthfully.
Yeah. You go, sayonara.
Yeah, I'm just there for your dick, bro. Nothing else. Do your job. Get out of here. Thanks.
Okay, so then my last girlfriend who would have conversations with my penis. Like, fucking for real. She would have conversations with my dick. Like, whisper, like... And I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
Oh, my God.
And then she's like, it's between me and him. And then she wouldn't... to this day, I don't know what they talked about. But I heard, like, I love you. And she was being serious.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Was she more in love with your dick than you?
I think so. I'm being dead serious. I think so. Like, for real. I was like, do you love my... I think you love my dick more than me. And she didn't answer that. And I think she did.
Silence.
Yeah.
No answer is an answer.
That's an answer. Yeah. Silence is an answer at the end of the day. Yeah. So then, okay, then he took you to your first gangbang, and was he watching?
He was there, so there was actually another girl there too. So he was one of the first. He actually fucked this other girl first, and then all the other guys started fucking me. And so he was like fucking me and this other girl while a bunch of other dudes were doing the same thing. So It was like 16 guys total.
That were fucking you?
That were like fucking the both of us, like me and this
fucking
other girl.
Your boyfriend too?
No. No. It was like 16 guys fucking me and this other girl who were there.
Does your vagina get hurt after a while?
So I actually took a pill before I went, so that way I could stay like really wet.
Like a muscle relaxant?
Kind of, yeah. It honestly just made me really wet to a point where I didn't even realize I was wet. At some point I was like chilling out on the bed. This guy comes up to me. He starts, like fingering me, and he's like, wow, you're so wet. And I'm just chilling there eating my crackers like, whoa, that's crazy, bro. I didn't even feel that.
Ritz crackers?
I think so. They had like a little cheese plate and like drinks and snacks at the gangbang. Very nice snacks.
So was it a circular cracker? Circle shape?
Yeah.
Kind of slightly brown?
I think so.
Like Mexican brown skin?
Tan, like olive, I guess.
It's a Ritz cracker, guys. We figured it out. It's a fucking Ritz cracker. Okay. That's so interesting. Like, I feel like, because I've been trying to do the monogamy thing, and like I resent them. Like, I like them, and then I just start to resent them, and I think it's like my body naturally wants to be like, just fucking, like, leave me alone in a weird way, and maybe it's because I feel trapped, and maybe I need to do, I don't know.
Honestly, I think that more people should explore the idea of non-monogamy, because you can do it in so many different ways. Like, I'm not polyamorous because I couldn't ever give my love to more than one person at a time, but sex is different to me, right?
Yeah.
So I can only date and like be with one person romantically, but I'm okay with having multiple sexual partners. So it's not everything is like black or white. it definitely depends on who you are as a person. And if you find a partner who is comfortable exploring that idea with you, you guys can figure out what exactly it is you guys want.
Okay. And now you guys know exactly where it is, and it's like a nice little like functioning system.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's actually really fun. And
Yeah.
it's not like we do it all the time. I think, truthfully, I don't think either of us have had like another like personal sexual partner for like a few months just because we don't really feel the need to.
Yeah.
But let's say we go to an event and I see this really hot guy and he finds this, really hot girl and we're vibing. I'm going to be like, yo, I'm going to go fuck this guy. He's going to be like, yo, I'm going to go fuck this girl. And we're just going to split up, do our thing, come back at the end of it and be like, how was that? And, we'll either talk shit or talk about how it was good.
Yeah. I mean, busting a nut's kind of busting a nut.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because there's times where I just like, lately I just bust and... Matt, can you lift the flusher handle back up? It stays down. Yeah. Thanks, you fake ass Korean. Anyway, so... You fake Korean fuck. Tricking me, telling me you're half Vietnamese this whole time? Thai? I'm not Thai. Oh, yeah. Anyways. Okay, so... Yeah, that... I'm beginning to think I need to explore something like that. Because for me, and I feel like that's a lot of guys, we have a hard time... we have a hard time communicating that. Most guys have a hard time being honest and being direct because they're like, oh, I don't want to lose this person. But by not communicating, they're going to lose them anyways because they're going to do weird shit like either cheat or like do some or like resent them and start talking shit and be irritable, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I feel like a lot of women are more open to the idea of having multiple partners for like both parties than guys are willing to admit or think, right? So if they were to be like, yo, how would you feel about both of us being able to like have our needs met by other people? Because some people just, I have a few friends who are in relationships where they're just not getting their sexual needs met. And it's like, open it up, man. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in loving your partner and getting your needs met by somebody else. Absolutely no shame.
So your friends who aren't getting their needs met, what are these like needs specifically? What kind of needs are they sexually?
So, I mean, it's hard to explain. One of my friends, her partner is just like not like fulfilling her like at all. Always making excuses like, oh, I don't really want to do this right now, blah blah blah. So she normally just has to take care of it on her herself. Honestly, I'm like, I think you guys just aren't compatible and you guys should see other people. But if you want to make it work, present this option to your partner and see how they feel about it.
Yeah, because at that rate, there seems to not be sexual compatibility.
Yeah.
Because the guy just, maybe he's already over her.
Yeah, there are definitely scenarios where two people just should not be together and should be seeing other people. Yeah. But there are some cases where it's like, for instance, I have a gangbang fetish. I love the idea of multiple men fucking me at once or like running a train, right? I can't have that. I can't have that met by one person. We aren't in an age.
Yeah, because then it's not a train.
Well,
then it's a cart.
If I could clone him and make like 20 of him, then yeah, sure. But we're not there yet, so.
You know what I thought one time? I was like, what if I cloned myself? Because like, I just love myself. I was like, would I fuck my own ass? I don't know.
Really?
The only way, here's the thing. I don't think about fucking dudes' asses, but I was like, one time I stuck a pinky in my ass, right? I was like hopped up on XC. My dick wasn't working right.
You were just like, let's try something new.
Yeah, because I read it on Google. I was like, you know what? They said you fucking stick a pinky in your ass. There's something there. So I was like, you know what? I like shoved that pinky in my ass when I was tweaked out, right? And I was like, man, this is like really tight.
Did you feel alive?
No, I was like, this is kind of gay. And then I got off at my pinky. It didn't really feel like really anything too much. But then I stuck my penis in a girl's butthole and it was so loose. And I was like, I wish she had my butthole. Because my butthole was way better than her butthole. Because your butthole was tighter than hers. Because men have strong, like muscle. We have muscle everywhere. So like that's what we have. I was like, man, I wish I could like.
Fuck your own butthole.
Like Mr. Potato Head. Remove my butthole and put it in her butthole. So I could fuck her.
Her, but with your butthole.
Yeah.
You could make there's a thing called Clone a Willy, and you could make a clone of your dick. I'm sure there is something like that for your asshole. They sell like asshole fleshlights. I think it's
I
possible.
don't want to do that.
It's possible.
That
It's not out.
that'd be
possible.
weird at that rate.
Why?
Because
You want to fuck your own asshole.
no, I don't actually want to fuck my own asshole.
like,
I just
not-
said I want her to have an asshole like my asshole.
But you think your asshole is better than her asshole.
Dude, my asshole's top tier, man. It's like grade A, Wagyu.
A5?
A5. Fucking A5. That shit, dude. Like, people fly from different countries. You're like, give me that ass.
Have you ever had your ass ate before?
You know what? I was always against that. And then recently, I'm like, I want a girl to eat my ass. And I want to eat her ass. But unless she showers and does it well. Because there's
Of
some girls
course.
I've been with where they shower and it still smells like fucking shit.
You should douche for sure. People should definitely douche.
I'm not going to douche. She needs to douche.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Because if she really fucks with me, she's going to take my shit. Because that's how I feel. Because like, if I don't like, let's say I don't shower for like a whole day and I'm disgusting. And if she still sucks me up, I'm like, that turns me on up. Because that lets me know like, that's kind of like a servitude thing. Because I like to be more dominant, and it just makes me feel like, dude, she will, like I won't wash my feet, and it's like smells like shit.
you have stinky feet.
If I don't wash it all day, and I'm in just the same socks, because I'm Asian, but my feet sweat like a motherfucker. It's genetic. I got it from my dad's side, and if I just I'll keep my dirty socks on, and if they don't complain, I get more turned on because I'm like, you're taking all my shit, and you still sucking my shit up. Hell yeah.
I draw the line at keeping socks on during sex. I can't do that.
That's why you don't like black guys. The sneakers don't come off, guys. It never comes off, ever. So you specifically focus on anime, like cosplay type stuff?
Yes.
Okay, because you were always a weeb.
Yeah. I watched my first anime when I was in second grade, and it's just been my personality ever since.
Yeah, you and your boyfriend are weeb as fuck. It was adorable. You guys were saying some fucking weeb shit, and I was like, I like them.
Oh, really?
They're cool. Yeah. Well, because look what's next to you.
I know. I was looking. I was like,
my
ooh.
merch on there is me with the Saitama face, body.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
I was checking it out.
Yeah,
I like that.
I got stickers and stuff too. I got stickers. Go to www.mikekimcomedy.com if you want the merch. Again, www.mikekimcomedy.com. Okay. Salesman. You gotta do it, man. Fucking, got it. I'm grinding.
Gotta promote.
Always gotta promote, right? So yeah. So you watched your first anime in second grade, which was what, like Totoro or Dragon Ball?
It was actually, so I watched
Sailor Moon.
Spirited Away first as like a movie.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And then I watched this really weird anime called Mermaid Melody as my first like actual animated series. Not a lot of people know about it. Then I watched Princess Tutu. I watched like a lot of the girly animes, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kimi Todoki.
Fruits Basket.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then in middle school, I watched Attack on Titan and my life changed forever.
Wow. Then you were like, fuck these bitches.
And Neon and NGE, that one fucked me up.
Evangelion. Yeah, that one is a great anime. Attack on Titan is great too because people actually die. They don't all stick around.
Honestly, once I got done watching it in middle school, I was kind of at a loss because I was really into watching anime, but then I was like, what anime could I possibly watch that would be as good as what I just finished?
No, it's true. It's like when you have really good so brisket in California is pretty trash, but I didn't know that until I went to Chicago. And Chicago had, it was in like a grocery store, and it was surprisingly just so juicy, just perfect. Mm-hmm. And I can never eat brisket here
again.
I haven't since then, and that was like 3.5 years or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If it's around, I'll do it, but it's just not the same. So it's just like it's gross. But okay, so then you going back to being in the relationship, right? So, and these are all new questions that I never really asked any OF girl. Since you guys are used to open partners and all that, when do you get jealous, and what can trigger the jealousy at this time?
I don't get jealous. I used to get jealous, but I don't get jealous because I'm secure enough in our relationship and where we are, where it's like, yeah, he could fuck like 100 girls in 2 days, but he's giving me the attention. He's buying me, boba and like treats and stuff that I like. He's on the couch with me watching our favorite shows and like, playing video games together. He's spending his quality time with me. Not those other girls. It gets a little tricky where if he like wanted to take a girl out on a date, then I would probably get a little jealous because I would be a little bit like,
yeah,
I want all of that romantic attention. But I definitely don't get jealous to a point where I'm like, you can't do that anymore, or whatever.
When you take these girls out on a date,
$2 signs or less.
yeah, right. but you're taking them out on a date to fuck them, right? Or are you doing it just to I want to try just being on a date for fun, or what?
You know what? I'm gonna be straight up. I've never run into a situation where they want to go on a date in the first place. Like they do, but like they don't.
He only fucks with hoes.
Yeah. So like the date,
they hop into the car and they're just like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, they'll just hop into the car and they'll be like, hi, hey, and then it's like, all right, let's go.
It's like Dunkin' Donuts, maybe.
you go through the drive-thru. That's what you fucking do right there.
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah. But just the word date has like a connotation of
like a romantic connotation.
Yeah,
I mean?
Even if it's not that, it just makes it sound more like that versus we're meeting up.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, even the hoes, they want to say, it's a date just so they feel kind of less hoey. But they already know what it is.
Yeah.
Both parties know exactly what it is.
I think I more so just mean like sit down restaurant kind of vibes. I would be a little bit like, okay, bro, like you don't got to do a whole 9 yards. But at the end of the day, again, he's spending his quality time with me and I'm spending my quality time with him. So I don't really get jealous.
Do you get jealous? Ever?
I used to. And then I kind of just rationalized it. When you sit down at the end of the day, we are fucking animals who are genetically designed to fuck as much as possible.
Genetically designed to fuck as much as possible.
Right. So if you're not, you can love someone and go fuck other people. Just fuck everyone and everything you want.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's my message.
That's right.
Yeah.
Matt's 18. Fucking no. You know what we call him? His name is Barely Legal Matt. That's what we call him.
Oh no.
You should make an OnlyFans.
You know what Paul's contact name for me is?
What?
Lil Statutory.
Oh my god, Lil Statutory. God. I'm so glad you turned fucking. Oh my god, because he was hanging out with the comedians when he was like 16 and 17.
Wow.
And we'd always get kind of awkward about saying certain things around him. But once he turned 18, all the gloves came off. We're like, man, fuck it.
Let's go loose.
You can hear all the shit we're saying. We'll fucking talk some shit and. Yeah. But the jealousy thing is like a very real thing that people fucking struggle with heavily, including myself. And like, you know what? There's times where there's one time me and my last girlfriend were like, hey, she was like, what if we had an open relationship? What do you think about that? And I said, oh, you'd be okay if I fucked other girls? And she thought about it. She's like, no. But she was entertaining it. Then she got like territorial.
Yeah,
you know
it's like, I see, there's this little article. It's kind of like a little book, but not really. It's called The Ethical Slut. I would definitely recommend that. That's a good name. The Ethical Slut. If you're thinking about opening up your relationship in a sexual way, I would definitely read it because it definitely has a lot of good information in there about how to go about it. I do think that there are a lot of people who say, oh, let's have an open relationship because it'll fix our relationship. And they just don't understand how badly it backfires, especially like if they just don't think it through. That is not the solution for everybody.
I think that's what she was doing because we were having a lot of trouble then. And then I think that was I realized she was trying to do little jealousy things like, oh yeah, I was at a background acting set and then that guy that you saw before, yeah, he was like flirting with me. And I'm just like, what's the point of telling me this? She's like, no, I'm just sharing what happened in my day. But there was an agenda behind that. And to me, that wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
I'll
definitely admit, I'll tell my boyfriend about when people flirt with me, but more so in a like, this is like funny kind of way. You know what I mean?
See, but there's a difference between funny versus like, I want
trying to make someone jealous.
Jealous because that's my way of trying to like control you and manipulate you.
Yeah, I think it also really at the end of the day also comes down to yourself and your security within yourself, because I feel very confident, right? I didn't always feel that way. Growing up, I was always like the fat girl, the weird girl who was into anime. I didn't have a lot of friends. But now, if my boyfriend decides to do something stupid, I now know that he didn't do that stupid thing because of me and because I did something wrong. He just did that because he's stupid.
Yeah, because he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
He has no shit. He's got horrible vision. Dude, I wear contact lenses, dude. I have really bad vision. Okay, I'm a fake 20/20 guy. Don't worry, I got horrible vision too. Have had horrible vision since first grade.
But he knows the same. If I decide, especially in this industry, some people can act a little crazy. If I decide to do something out of our bounds and out of our, boundaries, that's all on me. I know that he might feel a little bit bad, but I know that he's also confident enough in himself to realize that it wasn't because of something that he was lacking. It was because of, I just decided to be a dumb bitch.
That's some high level accountability shit. Which,
yeah,
in today's days, they'll be like, oh, she's an OnlyFans girl. She's a dumb bimbo and wouldn't know that. But when you talk, I hear a lot of awareness, a lot of like, in like a lot of traditional relationships, that's like a element that's missing. Accountability.
Yeah.
On both sides, but a lot of times also the female side. They might have cheated and go, but he took me to McDonald's. He don't treat me right. And then she tells her homegirls like, yeah, no, you right, girl. You did the right thing. Yeah, he that's a hate crime taking you to McDonald's. Horrible, right? The justification, that type of shit. And I see that a lot because I have a lot of friends that are girls, and like I'll see some of them do that, and I'm like, whoa, how do you come to that conclusion with things?
Yeah, I think with anyone, you have to understand that if your actions are your own, at the end of the day, your actions are your own, and you can pin the blame on somebody else and somebody else's actions, but you chose to go through with that action.
That's facts. Okay, so I want to go back to the whole. So you were bullied growing up because you were like the fat girl you said.
Yeah, I've always been chubby. Being into anime didn't really help me out social wise.
Yeah, because it wasn't cool back then.
No,
I had to keep it a secret. When I went to Anime Expo in 2003, dude, I was like, please don't see me, anybody I know. And all of a sudden, this girl that I knew who dressed as fucking Lulu from Final Fantasy X was like, Mike, is that you? I was like, oh my god. She's like, oh my god, I can't believe you're here. You like anime? And I was like, yeah, my dad made me come. Stuff like that. But it was like, it's cool now. Oh, dude. But it wasn't back then, right? So that made you more of a loser. That made me more of a loser.
That made me a super mega loser. 100%. I was that girl that everybody would avoid, like on purpose. Simply because I was into anime and all this nerdy shit, and people just were not into that.
And now they're into it, I bet.
Oh,
right?
Please.
These fake ass.
Please. I wouldn't necessarily call them fake. Like, if people want to get into it now, then cool. But I definitely wish they would apologize to me for, like, being so mean to me over this in middle school and high school. God.
And high school.
Oh,
Was it the same people that went from the middle school that transferred to the same high school as you as well, or mixed?
I actually went to 3 different schools in 3 different districts for elementary, middle, and high school. So I had to start over every single time I went to. Yeah, it was. So you
had no core group of friends to kind of keep you.
In middle school, I had a core group of friends, but we all ended up going to different high schools. So we just had to keep in touch, like over the phone, and like see each other whenever we could. But yeah, I didn't have like a core group of friends to stick with me through my school days.
Okay, so you felt very alone.
Yeah, I was. No. I'll definitely say I was a loner. For my freshman and sophomore year, I did have like a small little group of friends, but my junior and senior year of high school, total loner. But I was okay with that.
Why?
I think since middle school and high school, getting bullied and kind of outcasted, I kind of made peace with my own loneliness, but not in like a pity party way, more so in like all of these people care way too much about what other people care about them, and I just do not feel like playing a part or a role in order to fit in with them. And a lot of people after high school actually reached out to me once we graduated, and they were like, you always kept it so real, like I wish I had more courage to be like you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's cool, you could have sat at me with lunch, but thanks for telling me now.
Yeah. I bet they were fucking whispering just so they get the heat off of them. Like yeah, dude, she's a fat bitch. Like, she's agreeing, even if they don't mean it, right? Because people do stuff like that when they're scared and they don't want to be that guy. I look
back at my pictures from high school and I'm like, y'all are tripping calling me obese back then, because that's crazy. Like, I know I was chubby, but fuck. Kids are mean.
No, kids are ruthless, because they're stupid as fuck, and they got their own pain, and they're projecting some nonsense and all that shit. And you know what's funny? I bet you some of them are jacking off to you right now. Probably.
Actually, there are definitely a few who are, for sure. Yeah. They've messaged me on my OnlyFans. They're like, we went to high school together, or we went to middle school together. And I'm like, okay.
That's such a pussy move. That's so weak.
All right.
Yeah, like that says everything about who they are, that they're just... They were probably the ones that weren't even your friends, right?
Dude, they were so mean to me. Absolutely.
Right? And now they're not getting pussy.
You know, I'm not even gonna
like a boy would be getting mad pussy. Look at that guy right there. Look at him with his fucking short shorts and his thick ass sexy thighs. Damn.
I'm gonna be so real. I was definitely a lot of guys like in high school. I was their dirty little secret. Like a lot of guys and people in my high school loved to clown on me, but they would be like, "Want to meet up after school so we can hook up? Let's hook up during lunch," like stuff like that. And I did because I've always been a slut at heart. Yeah. But you know, they would never interact with me in public. They would passing by the hallways. Nothing. Yeah. But 10 minutes later, I'm sucking their dick in the car. So
yeah, they're like, don't make eye contact with me in the hallway, but make eye contact with me when you're sucking my dick.
Yeah.
That type of shit, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I used to like in college, I had some shame and shyness about that too when I would have sex with like a fat girl, and then I'd be ashamed to because I was so worried about what people thought, and then it's just like, but who are they? It doesn't really matter. So, thinking back on it, it was a nice, because I was like actually dating her for a few months and she was a really nice girl, but it was, looking back on it, it wasn't very fair to her that I would walk around and, shame and all that. But I was, I was like shy about myself and, was always worried about what people thought about me, even without who I'm dating and stuff. Right. So, it's because I was a skinny kid. I was a super skinny kid. I was like 5'4". I was 119 pounds going down, 120 pounds going into high school, and like people always I got made fun of for being skinny. They fucking thought I was anorexic, and that gave me some like fucking self-esteem issues and all that. And I feel like with you doing OnlyFans, it must have helped you reclaim that like. That sense of strength of just like even more of like, no, I'm the shit, man. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It could kind of heal that past wounds, right?
For sure. I definitely believe that in order to be like, I don't think someone has to be conventionally hot in order to do good with OnlyFans, truthfully. I think really at the end of the day, it's about promotion. It's about marketing. It's about like, why should people buy your content? Why should people follow you? What conversations are you sparking? Blah, blah. I think looks definitely help and elevate, but that's not all what it is. But I'm definitely way more confident in myself now than I was years ago. If I could tell 16-year-old me, like, hey, this is where we are now, she would have been like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. You're a fucking liar.
And that's like a really cool thing to look back on too as like an adult, right? It's like sometimes you feel like you're not doing enough or you're not where you would ideally like to be. But then when you go back to that scared kid who was being bullied, who didn't accept themselves, and then you're like, you're literally, in a way, the hero for yourself of back then. Like, you know what I mean? Because I had really high social anxiety. I would walk with my head down in the hallways. I could never make eye contact with people. I was terrified of humans, right? And now I'm a fucking stand-up comedian, and I would have never imagined that being a thing. So sometimes when I get too down on myself, when I put myself back in the same shoes of that scared little boy who was sweating class in a group project because this girl next to me was like somewhat attractive, right? Just sweating balls, like trying to hold my breath, thinking she can see my breathing. I'm like, she can see my heartbeat. It's like from that to what this guy I am now. It's and who you are now too. These are things I think every person should do, regardless of like what you're doing, occupationally, to just kind of give yourself some credit. Like, yo, we still here. We made it.
Yeah.
In a sense,
I know 16-year-old me, if she could view me now, she would be like, I want to be her when I grow up. And, that's what kind of just keeps me going. Like, if I ever feel like, oh, man, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like, what would my inner child want from me? What would my inner teen need from me right now? And I kind of just go in that direction. Like, I am very proud of myself now. And I know that I would have been a role model to my past self. And that just brings me a lot of happiness and confidence. I could tell you my frat story next. Oh, that one's a fun sex story.
No, is it that crazy?
That one's bad.
That one's great. No, it's not.
A frat story?
The one on the fucking laundry machine?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about the frat story?
If you want. It's like a funny sex story if you want to hear it. I think it's like my craziest one.
Okay, fuck it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's share with us.
Okay,
Share with
okay.
us.
So, I used to go to frat parties a lot, and there was this one frat house I would party at constantly. So the first few times I was there, I fucked some of the brothers, whatever. One time I fucked behind their tennis court. Like I was just, slutting myself out.
Yeah.
So they had this little like closet that would look like a pantry because it was next to the kitchen, but it was actually a laundry room. So I kind of just told a bunch of dudes, I was like, hey, like, I'm just going to hang out in this laundry room if you want to fuck. I don't even.
For real?
Yeah, I was
you
like.
just said it straight up
I was
that?
I was like, I don't really feel like partying tonight, but if you guys want, like, you can come in and like fuck and I'll just like hang around.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
and
crazy.
so like it was like a secret train. It was like so funny because they would come in, we would fuck, they would nut wherever, and then they would leave.
Nut wherever?
Yeah, like
Wow.
I was crazy. A lot of them were cream pieing me, honestly, and so like
they were
no.
double, triple, quadruple dipping into the fucking.
I wouldn't let them do that without cleaning. Okay, I'm not gross.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Because that'd be gross on their end too if they're just dipping their fucking their pocky stick and some extra,
So,
chocolate.
some of them wore condoms because they were like, oh, I can't practice, like, I have to practice safe sex. So I'm like, good for you, bro. I'm proud of you.
As they're fucking somebody in the laundry room. That's hilarious. Like, we gotta be safe.
Yeah.
Gotta be safe. I'm honorable, man.
Yeah, right. And so, so I think it was like, maybe like 10 of them, 12 of them, I don't know. But the last one, he was this one guy that I would fuck every single time I went to this frat party. And I never knew his name. I just knew him as Mr. Wonderful. That's it. And that was like his username on Instagram.
Oh shit.
And I like never knew his name. But he fucked me and then he cream pied me and it was like 4 a.m. at this point, and I had classes in the morning to go to.
Wow.
So he brought me some Taco Bell. Thank you. But I couldn't shower. So I had to go to my morning classes in my... Dude, I know I reeked. I had to go to my morning classes in my stinky ass clothes with like dried up cum like on the inside of my thighs. I had to go to the I had to go to the bathroom of the school to like clean myself up. It was so...
That's a hard worker right there.
I should have gone home. Truthfully, I should have just been like, I'm not going to go to my classes today. But I was really into like my academics and stuff. So I was like, I can't miss class. Nothing can keep me from going to school.
Wow.
So I went. But I know, dude, I must have smelled so bad. But it was fun. It was fun. I would do it again.
It's a good memory of, like, sometimes you got to get your hands and your thighs dirty to get the job done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to get some fucking bonito flakes on your thighs, right? Just fucking make it happen like that. Yeah. That's amazing. Maybe, wow.
I know they loved me at that frat house.
Oh, yeah. They were like, bro, you got to come here, man. It's like, you're still a virgin. Come on through.
I know. At some point I was actually really bold at that frat house. I would be so straight up. At some point I was like, hey, do you guys want to like have a threesome with like 2 of the brothers? And one of them looked at me and he was like, what? I was like, what do you mean what? You guys can like Eiffel Tower me. I've always wanted to be Eiffel Towered. And they were just looking at me like so like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, oh, okay. My bad. Sorry. I thought you guys were frat guys. I just kind of assume you guys are down. My bad.
Because you said it so normally.
Yeah.
So, hey, do you guys want like Eiffel Tower or something? Or you want to like just like fucking shoot ropes into my asshole?
Yeah, I was like, fuck it, we ball.
Damn. And then they didn't, right?
They didn't. They were like, I think they were really intimidated. Looking back, they were probably like, whoa, what the hell? She's being so forward. But I was like, I don't know. How's it going to happen if I don't ask?
See, that goes back to the communication thing. It's like, right. I mean, with all the shit that's happening now, though, too, and men getting kind of shit on, it's like men are more afraid to be direct because of that. And then it's like, then who's to be direct? You know what I'm talking about? Where it gets kind of weird. And it's not like for every scenario, but there's a lot of fucking weird shit going on now, I feel like.
Yeah, I think what's happening with men specifically, I think it's just time that guys just gotta learn to communicate. I think that's really what it is. I think people in general should always learn to communicate, but men in general, like, communicate your needs, dude. There's nothing shameful with that. You know what I mean? It's gonna make everyone's life easier, including your own.
Okay, so let's role play. I'm gonna be a girl.
Okay.
You be the guy.
Okay.
Now communicate to me.
Well, what are we communicating about?
Just you be a guy and with your guy needs. Just like communicate what you would want, like how a guy in your mind. So I'm a girl.
Hey, so what do you want to talk about? You told me to come here.
Yeah. So, I've been thinking I am really enjoying, our sexual life. And I think that we're having lots of fun. But how would you feel about the idea of opening up our relationship? Not because you aren't enough and you aren't fulfilling for me.
I was going to say that. Oh, my God.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking
You've been
that.
thinking this?
No, you just made me think about it, and then you addressed it, and I feel better now.
Really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow, that's really awesome. I think that's great.
Now I don't believe you. You sound like every guy. You sound like me when I talk to girls. You fucking liar.
You're a fucking liar.
No.
Okay, let's get back to it. Yeah. Okay.
So, how about what would make you feel comfortable regarding this? Like what boundaries and rules would you like to set? Because I would like to make sure that while we're doing this, we are still paying attention to each other.
Like eye contact?
Yeah, like we can have more eye contact.
Okay. I like eye contact. That's good. Yeah.
Can we agree that people have, like, if another guy wants to fuck you, he has to wear a condom?
I mean, I don't feel it as much, but yeah, it's probably safer. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. I think
cool.
You're right about that. Mhm.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. And how about this? I wouldn't want to fuck a girl without you meeting her first. So is it okay if I introduced her to you and you did the same with your partners? Or is that like too much?
Can we get ice cream?
All together?
Yeah.
Like beforehand?
All hand.
Dude, I feel like I'm back on Fresh and Fit. Oh my God.
Oh, were you on Fresh and Fit?
Yeah, I was on Fresh and Fit.
Did they make you do that?
Dude, they
I'm
did
Fresh
not,
and Fit?
dude. They didn't make me do it, but I was in a room while they were doing it, and it was so hilariously bad. I'm like, I would have no game as a guy. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I would have no game as a dude.
Yeah, you look like you sound like every liar that's too scared to really tell the truth. And you're like, I think I'm supposed to say this, right? I think so. So you were in the room with Fresh and Fit where it was a different girl.
Oh, I
They
was
were
with
role-playing?
I was like 8 girls, or there were like a few girls,
Yeah.
and essentially they did this segment where like a girl has to role play a guy and pick up one of the guys as if he was a girl. So there was this one girl who set the scene at a gas station, and the girl, like the dude was role playing a girl like filling up her gas, and the girl was role playing a man trying to pick her up at a gas station.
Yeah.
And the second it started, I was like, I would never like. I would think this dude's a creep. This is crazy.
Yeah.
There was another one where this girl set the scene in like in a market. They were allowed to set the scene however they wanted. And she set the scene in a market in an ice cream aisle, and she talked to herself for like 10 minutes. Before, like, she'd never addressed like the dude role playing as a girl, and she was just talking to herself for like 10 minutes. It was so funny.
Oh, so she was being a girl, essentially.
Just
Yeah.
ask me more questions.
I think that men are raised differently than women and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard to learn how to communicate your needs correctly despite being a man or a woman. But if you can learn how to communicate your needs and wants and just get over the hump of it being scary, I think you'll be fine. I think your life will get a lot easier.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree on that. It's like, it's weird. Why do we overcomplicate so many things, right?
I think that just is how people are raised, honestly. Because, I was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school and everything. I had like my first
You're
communion.
Mexican. Of course you did.
Yeah.
You had to.
3 years of Catholic school Saturdays I will never get back.
Oh my God. Yeah. I used to go to church all the time too because I was raised Christian, and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing here, man?
Yeah. So, I was raised Catholic. And I feel like if I didn't go through a lot of the things I went through in my life, I wouldn't be able to talk about these things now.
Mm-hmm.
But the way you're raised has so much to do with it. Your parents unknowingly instill you with so many like values and ideologies that aren't necessarily your own.
That is so true. I was thinking about the Fresh and Fit thing. So when you were on there, were they? I don't really watch them, but I've seen a few clips, and they're kind of accused of this. Do you feel like they were trying to make you look bad, or just kind of naturally? Like it seems worse on a video than in life, in real life.
So first things first, I'm not gonna shit talk them because at the end of the day, like, you know, I went on their platform and I have to respect that it's their platform, right? And allowing me to be on that platform was cool. Hot take, I think some of the things that they were saying are agreeable, but they need to be worded differently.
Oh, you felt like it was a little too like fiery, direct, like I
exactly.
Get
you know,
that,
so I feel like some of the things that they were saying were like, I can agree with that, but not in the way that you're saying it. I think that I'm not gonna say that they antagonize women, but I'm also gonna say they antagonize women. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I was definitely the biggest girl there. Like out of the panel of women that was there, I was definitely the biggest girl there. People on their YouTube channel were calling me like Shamu. They were like, "Who invited the whale here?"
That's
they were like,
up, dude.
nothing I haven't heard before. So I was like, get better jokes, man.
Yeah, it's very internet, very internet.
Yeah. So you know, the fact that the host, he said something along the lines of, fat women have to be better at sex because no one's going to date them for their looks. And I was kind of like, I had to hold my tongue, you know, because I don't want to be, it's being on that podcast was such a weird experience, but I held my tongue because I was like, I'm not going to be that girl I'm already fat. I can't be fat and emotional to like this audience. You know what I mean?
Like, of course they are.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
I can't be fat and stupid.
You gotta be fat and smart.
Yeah,
that's right.
And truthfully, I was there to promote like my OnlyFans at the end of the day. So
which is a smart business move.
Yeah. So playing like the cool girl when I already kind of had negative points for not being skinny is, you know, kind of the way I had to play that in order to like get subscribers, which I did. I got plenty after the podcast ended because they were like, "You were cool, you were real," and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, being just authentic, no matter what that looks like. Like if you're a fucking asshole, be an asshole. But if you're like a nice guy playing an asshole, people see people. You know, or if you're like truly a fucking piece of shit and you're trying to like fake nice, people could like see through that stuff also. So I think it's important just to kind of, you know, still just be as you as possible. And the internet will kind of reward you for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Plus, I also am not gonna argue with somebody who is not gonna listen. I'm not gonna speak words that are gonna be wasted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I could tell him, I could go on and on about like, oh, you know, my experience as being like a fat girl and my experience as dating and blah blah. But he's not gonna care because he doesn't want to. So why bother?
That's true. Okay, so people say this about fat girls. Mm-hmm. They say they're always good at head.
I was just about to say that we give the greatest head.
Yeah.
It's facts.
And I've been with a couple fat girls, and there's this one fat white chick in Chicago after the brisket thing. And like, dude, when she was like sucking my dick,
we got the techniques.
it was not only the best head I had in my life, but it was also, I looked at her doing it with her just like her cheeks and just fucking, she was like so into it. And I felt like, I said this out loud. I said, is this real? I'm serious.
No.
It blew my mind, dude. Like it fucking blew, I swear to God, it fucking blew my mind.
I've had an experience like that.
I thought I was in a porno. It was like, I thought I was in heaven because it was like her mouth was like 10 mouths in one mouth. And she just knew how to control every bit, every like centimeter of her mouth.
Yeah, I like to like swirl it while it's inside. Like we got some crazy tricks.
Dude, yeah, and I haven't had that since then. And I'm sometimes, because she worked at AT&T, right? And, and I was like, maybe I just got to find a chubby girl that works at a cell phone store. You know what I mean? It was crazy. So far, like every single one has been phenomenal at At least good. At least good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there was this guy that I was friends with benefits with for a little bit. I stopped being friends with benefits with him. And then like 2 weeks later, he sends me a message on Snapchat. He's like, serious question. I'm like, what? He's like, did you curse my dick or something? Because every girl who sucks it has been trash. And I just can't stop thinking about you in your head. I'm like, well, that sucks, bro. Good luck.
Yeah, one time, bitch.
But the fact that he was like, did you curse my dick? I'm like, are you for real?
Like you put some like Harry Potter fucking
Like, what?
yeah, some like boulder in my head. Oh, you know, that type of shit. That's crazy. He might still to this day still be thinking of it. He probably will be.
Yeah, let's hopefully.
Because it took me a couple of years to get over that AT&T girl.
Really?
Yeah, because I'll think about it and some other like skinny, like hot girl be sucking my dick and I'm like,
Actually,
you don't know what you're doing.
He thought I had his secret baby.
what?
Yeah. So this dude that I'm talking about, he like, essentially the reason that we started being friends with benefits is because we like smoked some weed together at a Halloween party, thought we were cute, whatever. You know, we were friends with benefits for like 6 months, so like a while. And oh shit, what was I talking about? I forgot. Secret baby. Yeah.
Secret baby.
Okay. So eventually I was like, so do you want to date or not? He's like, not really. I'm like, okay, I'm done. You know, goodbye. So a few months ago, he messages me on my Instagram account and he's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, what do you want? Like, why the fuck are you messaging me after all of these years? Like, what the fuck do you need?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you know, not much. I was just wondering if you had a baby that's mine that you secretly never told me about. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's crazy.
Apparently, his friends had been telling him that I was like pregnant, which I've never been in my life, and that I had his secret baby. I'm like, dude, you're insane. Please don't ever contact me again. Thank you.
Are you friends with the friends?
No, his friends were dicks.
Oh, so they were.
I don't know. I think they were just shit talking.
They're not even his friend then if they're doing that because that's fucked up.
I'm like, what the hell? This is like the weirdest rumor about me I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah, that's a fucking weird thing to do. Like secret baby.
Yeah,
that would make a great movie title though. Secret baby.
Secret baby.
Secret baby. Secret baby 909. That'd be fucking phenomenal. Okay, so then, all right. So, does your family know about the OnlyFans and all that, or?
So they know about OnlyFans, but they don't know to the extent of how I do it.
Yeah.
They know that I post sexy pictures of myself online. They don't know I make porn.
Okay. And I think that's good enough. They don't need to know like everything.
Honestly, I have a really good relationship with my parents. So they...
I don't.
Oh.
No, just keep going.
I know what I have is rare. So I have a really good relationship with them. I talk to my mom a lot. I talk to my dad a lot. And I think they're just kind of like, okay, well, I was able to get my own apartment. I have my own pet. Like I'm able to, support myself at, 22 years old. I moved out when I was 20. So they were like, she's doing good and she's living her life. So like, whatever, I think if I told my mom that I did porn, I don't think that she would react negatively to it, but I do think that she would be disappointed.
She's like full on Mexican though, right?
She's Salvadorian.
Like Spanish. Oh, El Salvador. Oh, you guys hate each other.
Yeah, I hate myself. That's a
Yeah,
joke.
you hate yourself. Yeah. Wait, are you half?
Yeah.
Oh shit. You're a mistake?
Yeah, I'm not supposed to exist.
Yeah, so your dad is Mexican.
Yes.
Okay, your dad is Mexican. Okay. All right, El Salvadorian Mexican.
I've been making the I hate myself jokes for like as long as I can remember.
Yeah. Do you do that? Do you like finger yourself on OnlyFans and go, I fucking hate me? Do you do that?
No, I don't.
Because could that be a thing? Because like a crying is like a thing too, right?
It could be a thing, but it's not my thing.
Yeah, but what if you try? What if you like created a niche of just like self-hatred masturbation?
I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
Yeah, because that's got to do some weird training thing. Because it's like you're making yourself feel good, but you're like you don't mean it, but you're kind of training yourself to hate yourself while you're pleasuring yourself.
I've had hate sex, but I don't think I could do hate masturbation. That's like a whole other level.
Yeah, right.
That's like a whole other level.
Yeah. You're fucking worthless. You fucking.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I eventually though she would definitely come around to being like, you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's say they said, no, you either stop now or we don't talk to you. What if that happened? Worst case
I
scenario.
don't think they would ever do that.
Yeah, but what if
Truthfully.
what if let's say in a different universe, like it was like to that point, which probably not, but let's say, what would you do? Like, how would you approach that?
I mean, if my family like actually disowned me and cut me off for my career choices, I mean, I feel thankful enough where I definitely am in a place where I can fully support myself. I would have to cut back on a lot of things. It would feel sad. I would feel sad just because I do love my parents a lot. There's a lot of love there and there's like a lot of bonding there. Something happened when I was like 17 years old and it really brought my entire family like together a lot. So I would be really sad, but I truthfully just don't think that could ever happen.
Yeah, because that's how strong it is.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
When I was younger, I didn't have a great relationship with my parents, but after that incident and like from that point forward, everything has been really great.
Okay, let's restart one. Do you guys have a hard stop? We'll probably do like another like 20.
I don't care.
Okay.
Boom. We have the same size feet.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, my feet are as big as
she fits
his.
in my shoes, bro. She
Hold on
be
a
stealing
minute.
my shoes.
What size feet are you?
Hold on, let's talk about
I'm like a
I'm
11 and a half.
I'm like a size 13 in women's.
So
What?
let me translate.
Yeah.
Wait, so you guys both have? So you and your boyfriend have the same size feet?
Yes.
Come here. You might be on camera. Come here. Put your like. Can you lift your foot up on
I haven't
the
gotten a
table?
pedicure yet, bro.
Put it right there. Put the.
All right.
Oh well, that's his toes are
Oh
longer.
my god!
But we have like the
Jesus.
same size
Yeah, put
feet.
those dogs away.
Wow. It was meant to be, huh?
Yeah.
It was meant to be, guys.
Whenever I get tired in my heels, I take his sneakers.
Dude, that's kind of cool. It's fucked up. Look at how he said it's fucked up.
Hey, shout out to that girl at AT&T.
Shout out to her. Yeah,
Don't talk shit.
she didn't respond back to me the next day, but it's okay.
Damn.
Yeah. No, she knew what it was. Like it was like a Tinder thing. She was like, we were just.
Yeah.
I just wanted my dick sucked one more time, but it's because I didn't spend the night, so I just left. If I spent the night, I could have had like a morning swallow action, and I just left. But I don't know. I mean, it's just like yeah. I don't know. Do you ever deal with any? Do you ever have like any form of internal shame at all, like in general with this side of your life, like the sex stuff or OnlyFans stuff? Because people deal with sexual shame.
Honestly, I don't.
Yeah.
I've always been a very sexual person, I feel like. And I've also have always been a performer at heart. I started doing ballet when I was like 2 years old. I did it for 18 years.
Damn, that's a long ass
Yeah,
time.
I did it for 18 years. I played a bunch of sports while also doing ballet. I was the color guard captain of my high school for like 2 years. So I really love being on stage, and like I was also kind of a theater kid at some point. So performing and being on camera and kind of making like entertaining people is something that I genuinely enjoy. So I feel like making porn is just like perfect for me. Honestly.
It's like accumulation of all the different areas.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I can cosplay while doing it. I can be as creative or non-creative with it as I want. And I also genuinely, I love knowing that I make guys come. I love knowing that guys are jacking off to me.
That's what all the all my OnlyFans girls friends say too.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. And the thing is that I also I like making custom content. Not a lot of people will do like custom videos with people and stuff, but I love it. I love learning new things about myself, and I love catering to different fetishes that maybe aren't as catered to.
In terms of business, that's exactly what a business should be doing, right? Like listening to the customers, giving them what they want.
Yeah.
And like communicating with them. So if you break it down in terms of that, it is what a business should do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I
That's
just
true.
especially I, as a bigger woman, have come to terms that my body does not determine my success. Right. So I feel I want to be the change that I want to see. essentially, right? I want to be sitting at a place and make space for other bigger girls who want to get in this industry. There are plenty of like BBWs and chubby girls that are here, but I know that a lot of girls that are built like me or bigger than me, they lack confidence, they feel scared doing this, but I don't think they should. I want to be successful in this business for that point. I want to be a role model for my past self through and through.
Has any girls that are bigger, have they hit you up ever for, because they're not gonna like watch your stuff, so it's gonna be harder to like kind of reach them, but has there ever been like a girl that has DM'd you or something, or just like, hey, like keep doing your shit or something like that?
Yeah, I do get a few DMs from people that are like, wow, you are so inspirational, you give me confidence in my body. And I love getting messages like that because that's definitely what I want to be doing. Yeah,
because bigger girls, I feel like they tend to kind of like try to hide themselves or make them look as small as possible, like wearing all black and being out of the way if they're really like afraid of showing themselves. Yeah,
I used to do that. I used to wear super baggy clothes. I used to wear like sweatpants and t-shirts. I was very shy and ashamed of my body, but my wardrobe is mostly like fitting clothes now, tight clothes that really accentuate my curves. So it makes me happy knowing that someone who's built like me sees me and thinks to themselves, I can do this.
Yeah. Do you think I could do an OnlyFans on my own?
I totally think you could. You have a sexy head.
With the wrinkles even?
Yeah. No, I like it. Yeah.
Kazumi said that too.
Really?
Yeah, she said that.
I like your head.
Yeah, people say that to me.
It's a nice head.
You have a nice
Yeah.
head.
Do I really?
Yeah.
You think so?
I got the back angle too.
You trying to fuck me, homie? No, because actually in terms of insecurity, the reason why I started shaving my head is because it was actually during the lockdown, and my biggest physical insecurity was the fact that I had these wrinkles, right? And like I thought I would get a military haircut. I would cut the side short, but I'll keep this top long to hide it, because I thought it would look like this, like 50 times worse. And then during the lockdown, it was a 15 years of just my fucking a thing that was my curse. I was like, fuck, man, this bothers me. I get nervous if people were to find out or feel my head. And then I was like, I gotta face this shit. So then I started shaving my head and facing that by putting, kind of like you, wearing fitted clothes, like, hey, this is my shit. So that was like my way of doing that, was shaving my head. And like, so when people say that I have a nice head, I always find myself wanting to be like I don't 100% believe it, in a sense of that kid from high school. So I always add, oh, even with the wrinkles, you see, I caught myself doing that. So that's the thing I realized right now in this thing.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way, because there are guys.
You like my wrinkles too? You like the wrinkles?
I think the idea of perfect is boring now. And this idealized like notion that there's like a perfect standard to beauty is just that something quirky, something unique makes you more exciting. You have more seasoning than other people for that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
If you think of a nutsack head, just say it.
I go for Thanos.
Thanos, yeah, I like that.
But like, you look good, dude.
Honestly, I'm having a hard time imagining you with hair.
I like you, man. Fuck it, I like him. You should fucking swallow his dick outside after this over. Like in there, and then have Matt watch because he's 18. Anyways, you were saying, my bad.
Yeah, I can't imagine you with hair, actually. That idea is very non-conceptual in my head. You look good bald.
Thanks. I shave it every morning.
Really?
Yeah, I can actually grow hair.
Well, no, of course you can. You said you used to have hair. But no, I like it.
No, well, actual bald people say they used to have hair, and they can't grow hair either.
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know.
Now
the
we're getting
ethics.
deep. We're getting deep
I don't know
right
the
now.
politics about bald people,
I know,
so I'm
right?
gonna stop.
Yeah. No, that's good to know. That's good to know, because I still get, I'm like 90% accepted. There's small parts where at times where I'm just, if it's a little hot, and because I turn into a little bitch when it gets hot, because I like the cold, and I get self-conscious, or just like, it's like a thing that sometimes you focus on one thing about you that you wish was quote unquote perfect, and you try to conceptualize the idea? We all have this like image of like perfect, but like what really is perfect?
I think 100% confidence doesn't exist. I think there's always
Agreed.
going to be something that you see in the mirror that you wish you could change, right?
Yeah.
I get that. Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, man, my tummy's looking a little bigger today. Or, man, I don't like how this looks on my face or whatever. But there are other days where I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm super sexy. Like, I'm that bitch. You know what I mean?
That boss bitch.
Yeah, I'm that boss bitch. So
Hey, let's do something right now. Hey, two of you come here real quick. Just come here real quick. Let's just a quick little thing. Okay. I want you guys to share something. Come here. Come in there. Come right here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Am I in the frame?
Okay. Yeah. Come here. You go first. Okay. And then you too. You come. Okay. So all right. So Matt, you first. What's something when you look in the mirror sometimes you're like, I want to change that about myself?
Getting a haircut.
This motherfucker basically said he's perfect. All right. Okay. All right. Get out of my fucking face. All right.
Okay, so this one's gonna be kind of dumb, but I used to hate it. I have like man boobs a little bit.
Can I touch them?
Go for
Oh
it.
my God.
Right? You see?
Yo.
Yeah, right.
That's
I'm a chubby guy, and you see, I used to hate this shit.
If we can I say this real quick? If we were stuck in an island, right? How old are you right now? Okay. I don't know. You guys, I don't know how young you guys are. I'm like, I gotta make sure just in case. Too. Your 20s. You're 20s, right? So like, when I grabbed your boobies, it reminded me of this Filipino girl that I. Yeah, we fucked for like a few months.
A lot of people like licking his nipples.
Like the girls?
No, guys.
not even into it.
Right. You know what? Because like when I did that, I was like, if we were stuck on an island, and I'm like, I don't want to do gay stuff, but like I need to like bust a nut, and I just discover you have like Filipino titties. I would just squeeze your titties with one hand and just jack off and pretend it was a Filipino girl.
You can close your eyes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try closing my eyes.
But you see, there's a benefit to this. There's a reason I said this.
Let me just do three seconds. Let me close my eyes. Hold on. Wow, that's
You're
amazing,
like a
dude.
pussy. You gotta like.
No. Wow. Oh, you're like you're one of the girls that want to get punched in the titties.
I'm a guy for sure. But okay, so the thing is, I used to hate them, but then growing up, going to clubs, and ending up in situations where like my girlfriend does porn, I end up hanging out with a lot of really hot girls. They're like, man, Anthony, you got some nice tits, and I'm like, yeah, you think so? And they're like, yeah, you want to compare? And then I get to touch their tits. It's the best.
Yeah, because what other guys would be able to do that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm different. I'm better.
You're built
I'm
different.
better.
You're better. No, but see, that's the thing. Like other guys who want around a lot of girls like that, they would be like, oh, well, it's like no way. Like I'd rather have these, but they're not around a lot of girls. Yeah. So it's like you're out of the matrix.
You're out of the matrix.
No, you are. Like most guys are stuck in the matrix, but you're fucking unplugged, dude. You're Neo with titties. Titties, yeah. So when you have like blue pill or purple pill, it's like left titty or right titty. Which one do you want to suck? Okay, thank you guys.
Haircut.
Get out of here, haircut, motherfucker. Really? Come on.
Yeah.
You love everything. You never one day were like, I want to change like one thing.
No, not really. I don't really care.
Wow, that's good.
What kind of haircut do you want?
Yeah, what kind of haircut do you want?
Yeah, what kind of haircut?
Just shorter.
You should
The
get
shorter? You want to be bald?
Let's get you a
What if you went bald like me and we walk around and be like, what's up?
Nah,
Yeah.
I tried it and then I tried putting on a hat and I was like, oh, I look like I have leukemia or something.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, you are the cancer version of me. If you had the cancer version of me that goes to the beach a
I
lot.
look like a Make-A-Wish kid. When I have that. Crazy.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
you do look like one.
Oh my God.
He does. Like fuck.
That's hilarious.
I actually made a wish when I was looking at you. I did. I made a wish.
I caught myself snapping a few times.
Oh my
looking-
God.
Snapping at him? You were snapping? Your jazz snap?
I think that went over his head.
Oh, the Thanos snap. Oh, okay.
Oh my God. Advanced humor.
Advanced humor. That actually, I'm a stand-up comedian, and I was like, oh, jazz snap. I get it. Yeah. I used to tell people that like Wolverine clawed the back of my head, or like I got into a knife fight, and then to try to get girls to think,
That you're cool.
yeah. So So I'm Thanos head. You're fucking Filipino titties. You're Make-A-Wish, barely legal.
What
Yeah.
are you?
What am I?
Yeah. What are you?
I don't know. I'm just like that weird weeb cat girl that hisses at people in the hallways.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna remember what you fucking said, but sure.
I used to actually do that. I used to hiss at people in like middle school and stuff. Oh yeah.
What?
That was
Because
like,
you already gave up on humanity. You're
Yeah,
like,
I
man,
did.
nobody
I
fucks
was-
with me. I'm gonna just do me and be
I'm
weird.
gonna be like, fuck it, we ball, bro. Like I was like, people already think I'm weird. I got nothing left to lose.
Yo, there's a freedom in that. Actually, this is the thing that I always talk about with people is the people who have like higher self-awareness or like empathy towards the world and stuff are usually the ones that got shit on growing up versus if they were like always just really just attractive and like cool and stuff. They have, if you were like that, you're not really aware of what's going on, you know? And when I meet people like that, they're just really bland and boring as fuck. And you can only go so deep with them in terms of, conversation and, like connecting on a human level. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I definitely feel like I would have become a very different person if I just wasn't like the weird kid, for sure.
Yeah. Do you think you would just be a bitch?
Yes,
Like just
I
a
think
bitch, right?
so. I went to like a really. I didn't come from like a wealthy family, but they were definitely the kind of family that wanted me to grow up in like better environments. So I went to like a very snobby elementary school, and I definitely, right off the bat, I was definitely a weird kid already. I did not fit in, but I was trying so hard to be like a normal kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in middle school, I did the same thing. I was like, I'm not going to be weird. I want to make friends. I'm going to be normal. And that ended up biting me in the ass because no one wanted to be friends with me because I was like snobby. I was super I was just like not fun to be around. So at some point I was like, fuck it. This is so hard, like keeping up this like facade and, stuff.
Yeah.
So then I just started being like, whatever, I don't care. And then I made friends, and I'm actually still friends with all those people to this day. That's the longest friendship I've ever had.
Which was from high school, middle school?
Yeah. So the longest friends I've had, I made in 7th grade, and we've been friends ever since.
That's great. Yeah, it's hard to maintain a lot of friendships like that because people change and stuff. But that's like a real one.
Yeah, I used to have a friendship that was longer, but then she slept with my ex-boyfriend while we were together. So,
Oh, so your boyfriend at the time?
yeah.
Okay.
They slept with each other 4 months into our relationship, and we dated for 1.5 years.
That's fucked up.
So fucked up.
Well, how did you find out it was 4 months in?
Oh my god, bro! This story is fucking
bro,
insane.
tell me, bro.
So,
Yo, dude.
oh, my LA native is coming out.
Norway.
So, long story short, I had this friend, and we were besties, super tight. 12 years of friendship, man.
Damn.
So I was letting her stay at my house while I was going to summer school, and I saw that she posted a photo on her Snapchat story at my boyfriend's aunt's house where he does yard work. And
What
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
why the fuck are you at my boyfriend's aunt's house? And she was like, oh, like you were gone and it's a hot day and she has a pool, so he just invited me over. And I'm like, that's a 4-hour bus ride. Why the fuck would you do that? And mind you, I was letting her stay with me because her house was flooding. Okay. So something felt very off that day. Like I talked to him, I talked to her, I was at summer school. I'm like, something is not right, Eventually her and I talked about it and she convinced me that nothing was wrong. So 1.5 years later, I break up with him before the day before I graduate high school, because I was like, I'm going to college, new chapter of my life. You're terrible for me. Get the fuck out of here. I do not want to bring you with me forward. And a few months after that, her and I were having a sleepover because, that's what we did. And she was like, at 2 a.m, man, or like 3. It was 3 a.m. We're in my bed. And she's like, I have something to tell you. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, promise you won't get mad? And I'm like, no, of course. We've been friends for 12 years. Why would I ever get mad at you? And she's like, remember that day when you were at summer school and you felt something was weird? I was like, yeah. She's like, I slept with him.
Wow.
And I was like, get the fuck out of my house. I don't care who picks you up. Get the fuck out of my house. And I haven't talked to her since.
By the way, you know what I noticed about girls when like you tell a story where you say this part was fucked up. Girls always they drop their jaw and she said I fucked him. that's like the cue. No, all girls do that, but it's like, and then that's when everybody's like, yeah. But if you go drop the jaw and then everybody just goes, so what? And you go,
Really? You don't think that about me?
no, but that's fucked up. But what? She did that just to just make herself feel better for her own reason?
We always, we had that kind of friendship where we were like, if we're both 30 and not married, let's marry each other. And then I was like, we talked about shit like that. And so
Wait a minute. Isn't this a girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm bisexual.
Oh, I see. Okay. Got it.
Proof is in the pudding.
What the fuck am I looking at?
My nails are different heights so I can play with a girl's vagina.
That's a thing?
Yeah, because these pointy nails would hurt.
Wait, then what's the point of the pointy nails then?
Because they look cute.
Oh.
I still want my pointy nails, but I want to be considerate to my
you
female
literally
partners.
have all pointy nails on your left hand, and then on your right hand is thumb.
Two.
Everything's pointy except on your right hand, your
Yeah.
fucking index and middle finger.
Yeah.
I don't do that. I use my ring finger and my middle finger.
Oh, see, I use these.
What do you guys use? You're like me. That's
I use
Korean.
everything, bro.
You fist them? Great.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, his fist is huge.
You just put your fucking gigantic foot. So how many women have you murdered with those feet?
I got sweaty feet, so like.
You're like me.
Yeah, we're twins.
Wait, what size feet are you again?
11 and a half.
Damn, you got big ass feet. How big's your dick, dude?
It's big enough.
How big is your dick? Honestly.
Big enough.
It's like
Hard.
I'm an average like 6-7 inches.
Yeah, boom.
Dude, I met this guy that has like a fucking like 13-inch cocker.
13-inch
Or it was like 12 inches. That guy.
Oh,
Adrian.
Adrian. I love Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian's crazy.
Adrian?
Can you fit 13?
Yeah.
But like,
shit.
barely. What you mean? That shit was sticking out.
That's
Dude,
crazy.
I don't give a fuck. It felt so good. Dude, that man was ginormous.
That man, he's humble.
13. You
Dude,
can.
Yeah.
that's
Wait, you could fit the whole 13-inch?
Is that like this?
This like a ruler and then some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. He was ginormous.
But
Wait,
he
you
was
could fit it all?
girthy, too.
Yeah.
He was.
No way. Like,
That okay,
All
here's
of
the
it?
thing. Okay, let me tell you. Okay.
I have a video.
So
that's insane. That's like.
Okay, so at the gangbang, right? Guys were coming and going. Guys were like kind of coming in, going out. There was this one guy who came in, and with all the other guys, their dicks were like fine enough for me to handle multitasking. So if one was fucking me, I was giving the others attention, whatever. This dude walked in here with like a 13-inch cock.
What the fuck?
And I was like, oh my God. And when he was fucking me, I couldn't pay attention to anyone else. My eyes were rolling to the back of my head. I couldn't speak. I was just like, no, I need my time alone with this guy. I'm like, you guys will get your turn, but for now, you just gotta leave me the fuck alone while this guy is fucking the shit out of me.
He took your soul.
Yeah, honestly. And like 3 times, I was like, yeah.
So in porn, when you see like the girl getting demolished by like a big man fucking dingo, it's because it's just like a fucking monster.
Yeah. It was huge. And he was like girthy too. It was a monster cock. For sure.
It's like a baby crawling in and out of your. Right?
I wouldn't say that. A baby is much bigger.
Almost a baby.
I would say like a quarter of a baby.
Like a
quarter.
fetal alcohol syndrome baby that fucking. Oh shit! Oh my god! That's insane. Okay, so, life is. Do you ever what? Do you have a ruler? What?
Oh, I found him.
That's not 12 fucking foot. Do you know what you're doing? That's not a foot, dude.
This is a foot, right?
Kinda.
And this is 13.
No.
No?
You found what?
I
The video?
It's like a
it like shows him like for a second.
it's like a police baton.
Like the size of it?
Dude, Dude, and he was hung too. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm used to growers, not showers.
Yeah.
He was a shower and a grower.
That's fucked up.
I was like, whoa.
Okay.
Yeah. But let's see. I was talking about my best friend. Yeah. So she told me, broke the news, and I was like, get the fuck out of my house, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. But all of my other friends are really cool. I've definitely made most of the friends that I have now in my adult life.
And are you friends with a lot of other OnlyFans people as well?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely friends with a lot of adult industry people now.
And do you feel like they're more understanding and cooler than your other friends that you had in the past that
honestly,
maybe weren't?
All of my friends are sluts, whether they are in the adult industry or not. I feel like I have a really cool and understanding group of friends. But as I started getting into the adult industry and world, a lot of people just silently left. And I can't blame them for that. You know, I had a lot of people that I used to be friends with. They were just like, I'm just not comfortable with seeing this kind of stuff. Like, I'll like cheer you on from the sidelines, but like, I can't be following your Instagram or your Twitter. Like, if I see you, and a lot of these were like anime convention friends that I made when I was like a teenager. So a lot of them were like, you know, I can't really be seeing this stuff. I don't feel comfortable. And some of them were straight up just like, you're a whore now. I don't want to be friends with you.
Like that?
You know? Yeah. No,
Damn.
Straight up. Some of them were like, I can't be friends with somebody like you. I'm like, okay, I get what you mean, I guess. But they weeded themselves out. I didn't have to do that.
That's true. And also, like, if you don't want to see it, you don't have to look at it.
Yeah, there are plenty of convention friends that I have that if I see them in person, we're gonna be so excited to see each other, but we just don't follow each other on social media because, you know, our friendship surpasses that.
Yeah, and that's fine because I mean I have friends who fucking mute my ass on Instagram because they don't want to see my shit, and I'm like, I don't want to see their shit either because it's like whatever.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It's just the social media is some other fucking. It's another layer of bullshit. It doesn't really matter that much, honestly. It's like I hate everybody's shit. I hate all that stuff. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, no, that's cool. I think you know, like the more I talk to people that are in the industry, it's like it makes more sense because I think you guys get a bad rap. You know, I think you guys
stigma.
There's a stigma. There's you know, like we were saying earlier, like, you know, assumptions that you guys are like dummies and fucking right, just a bunch of stuff like that. But you know, so far the ones I meet are like a lot smarter than regular people, I would feel like, honestly.
I'm going to tell you something. What other 22-year-old do you know that's investing in life insurance? I'm investing in life insurance right now. The financial education that I have received through the adult industry is fucking insane.
Dude, I'm 33 and I don't have that. I'm just gonna eat more donuts. Fuck it. Like, let's go. Fuck it.
I'm so serious though. Like, I've learned so much information about real estate, financials, stock market, life insurance, like all of it. Like, a lot of adult information comes from the adult industry, at least for me, you know. And I talk to my other friends about it and they're like, what the fuck is this? What is a 401k? What's a Roth IRA? I'm like, boom, dude.
Well, how does that come through the adult industry? It's like you just the people you're naturally around and it just comes with the conversations?
Because we have to educate ourselves. No one is going to look out for us, right? So, like, let's say you're working a corporate job, you get benefits and they're like, you know, they can kind of help you out and guide you. But most of the time, you don't really have to. If you're smart, you'll invest your money like in other places, right? Yeah. But that's normally information that you have to learn on your own anyways. But for people that work in the adult industry, I think that we communally understand that although there isn't an expiration date on our bodies, we don't want to work forever. You know?
True.
So work now, work as hard as we can, you know, through our prime, make a shit ton of money, invest it so we can just stop working at a certain point.
That is a thing I hear from a lot of the OF girls. So like, and that's things that a lot of people with corporate jobs don't even do, invest.
Yeah.
They just they bank on the paycheck and they're like, I hope I have enough and save just enough for this vacation. But not a lot do the investing and the extra stuff and the extra education in that manner, right?
Yeah. Truthfully, this is information that I think everyone should know. You know, and I think this is the kind of shit that they should be teaching in high school, but obviously they don't, for, you know, to keep us stupid as hell. But I learned all of this through the adult industry.
Mm-hmm.
I learned about like the stock market and stuff. You know, I invested money there at some point. I made a profit. Like everything that I have learned now that's going to sustain me later, I learned through other porn stars.
That's cool. Yeah. Because you all know there is that endpoint. So you have to think longer.
Well, we have to think a bigger picture, because there's also so much stigma about our work, right? So if I really wanted to get another job somewhere, I probably wouldn't be able to, just because they would probably run some face scan shit, find my porn on the internet, and they're like, absolutely not. We can't have someone like you working for us, right? So we really have to take care of ourselves.
Okay.
Which means that we have to be 10 times smarter than the average person in order to make it sustainable.
You have to be your only fan.
Yeah.
You have to be your only fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, I fuck with that. Okay. Well, you know what? This was a great time. It was fun to have you on. It was fun to have you guys back there.
If you're interested in finding me, my Instagram is Nekomiiya, NEKOMIIYA.VIP. Yeah, you can find me there. And my OnlyFans is onlyfans.com/Nekomiiya.
That's right. You heard it from the lady. And guys, this has been another episode of the Setbreaker Podcast. Thank you for listening. And until then, I will see you on the next episode. Bye.